Hey there, Evelyn. How you doing? It's me. So I'm just gonna quickly go over the things that Odessa handed in. Next, we're gonna be working on the local marketing, and there's going to be at least one other woman who's coming on board. I figured that would be a lot easier than trying to manage different people at different stages in the cycle. They're just gonna come in when a module opens, and that's where they're gonna start. It's like rolling admissions. Anyway, so you're getting very versed and practiced in how to be a marketing consultant and coach. And you've just scratched the surface. And like I tell you time and time again, you already know so much more than so many people. So I looked over I looked over the piece that you wrote for local marketing, and we're going to change it up a bit because it doesn't contain all of what I need our people to know. But we did need to come up with content, so I wanted to make sure we at least had something. So the first thing we're going to do is take a look at Odessa's assignment with the keyword research. So there's something that I make the students do when they come in, and that is they do a mapped income prioritization sheet. And because a lot of small businesses have so many different products and services that they offer, they can market everything all at once, but that can get confusing and diluted. So I ask them to go through an exercise where they find out which of their services or products um, is the quickest turnaround to sell, will give them the highest profit margin, bring the least amount of stress, quick turnaround time, etc. Now I'm saying that because we asked them to do video titles, and she did 53 video titles, and that's great. Now let's take a look at what her titles are. Why is my period irregular? Why did I get my period early? How to boost your sex drive naturally. 3 ways to reduce your stress when you're trying to get pregnant. The importance of setting intentions before getting pregnant. By the way, I want to say these are really good titles for when we get to the syndication, when we get to the content part where she starts to write a lot of articles that we then syndicate and distribute to other publications and other blogs to get her more exposure and to position her as an expert, because these are really great catchy titles. However, because the first module she started off with the first module she started out with was for video and what titles people are going to search for video. This is not going to bring her any money. So what I'm saying is, let's say she writes a video about why is my period irregular? How many people, and I'm not saying they're not, because we'll do the keyword research and check the volume, but how many people are really looking for this? And then you have to think ahead. Even if they say, okay, why is my period irregular? They're going to click on the video. There are going to be some answers. Is there a call to action, or is there something people will say, yeah, well, I need to see Odessa for this? Like, how is Odessa going to fix their irregular period? Are they going to book a $500 consultation to solve this problem? Probably not. So the types of questions that she has here, while would make for interesting content, they're not the greatest for video, because remember, the whole thing is about creating content based on keyword research and keyword volume, things that people are searching for so that they can find Odessa and book with Odessa and make money. The conversion numbers are like 1%. So for every 1,000 views she gets, she might have one conversion. So we really want to make sure that we're maximizing the amount of hits we get. And I'm just afraid a lot of these aren't that amazing in terms of conversion potential. So natural foods to help you get pregnant. Great. So I'm going to watch this video on natural foods that are going to help me get pregnant. I'm going to go to the grocery store and I'm going to buy those vegetables. That has nothing to do with Odessa. And again, it's just, the business training and the background from which I come, it's all about conversions and profits. We're not just here to provide information. So how moon cycles impact womb health. How many people are really researching this? Right? So I just want to point out to you, moving forward, when we're helping people and coaching people, and this is as far we're taking it. This module is done now. But because I do believe that we were clear with the instructions, and if not, they're always available to go back online into their back office and revisit the lessons, but we're not going to delve any further into this than we already have. But it's just something to be aware of when you're coaching people in the future, and you take a look at their lists. We can just say, we're probably going to rate this list probably about a C, and here's why. and that's that. So I wanted to just take you to a quick lesson. So womb wellness and fertility treatments. Fertility treatments cost a lot of money. From an emotional perspective, people that want to get pregnant, it's something that they're willing to pay money for. So Odessa's best bet is to initially promote all her services and products that support womb wellness and bring in the most amount of money per consultation. That is not reflected here at all whatsoever. So I went to one of the places we tell people to go, which is keywordtool.io, and I wrote how menstruation. And then I'm like, who the hell cares about menstruation? Like, she's not going to make any money from that, but it was too late by then. And this doesn't show us the search volumes because, we're not paying for this program right now. But it will tell you the search volume, and it's normally listed in terms of highest to lowest. So this looks like it's at least over 10,000 people on a monthly search volume who are searching how menstruation works. That is not a question that we saw in her keywords at all. Another thing we see here is how menstruation changes with age. There are over 10,000 people searching for that topic every single month, and nothing like that is reflected in her keyword video titles. So that's why keyword research is so important. I'm going to take this off, and we're going to look at womb wellness and see how many people search for that. Womb wellness, it looks like over 10,000, but this could just be a trick. We don't know. So we can forget about this tool and instead go and look for it here for the Google Keyword Planner to get metrics and forecasts. Okay, so let me see. Is this the right thing? Okay, so get metrics and forecasts for your keywords. This is annoying. Okay, I'm gonna have to go here. I don't want to do this, but I have to. They recently changed the system, so it's like they want you to pretend you're taking out ads. I'm gonna pause this video while we're working on this. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I'm just gonna say we're gonna spend $2,000 a day, just so completely not true. Our location, we want it to be Canada, United States. Well, you know what? How about we just start locally for now? Toronto, Ontario. Because, yeah, none of this really matters. Save. Okay, so add around 15 to 20 keywords. So we're going to look at womb wellness. We're going to look at fertility. There was a term, specialized terms are good because remember the whole buyer's journey. I think this was one of your exercises. But the more specific you get with terms, you know that they're further down the buying cycle and they're not just in the research phase. So I do believe there's a condition called endometry. Damn it, I don't know how to spell it. We could look at something called fibroids. We could look at something like pregnancy after 40. Why is that important? Because these people, based on how things normally go, they should be in a pretty decent socioeconomic range if they're doing this. So they have the money, they're concerned about, for whatever reason, they're now deciding to get pregnant, so they have concerns. So take a look at the search volumes here. No one is really searching for womb illness, but we have 5,000 people every month searching for fertility. Look how many people are searching for fibroids. Look how many people are searching for pregnancy after 40. And this is just with 4 keywords. So if she were to use more keywords, again, not focusing on menstruation, not focusing on moon cycles and these generic terms that no one is looking at, we could look at, what else could we look at? You know what? Actually, this is not a lesson in this. This is just to quickly show you what this is because you're going to give her a quick evaluation of how well she did. So that's my commentary on the keyword video titles. Great for content. However, for video titles, I don't think anyone is searching for this. Next, we're going to take a look at, and please, can you go and mark this in her tasks to see, to just mark off everything that she has and hasn't done. Okay, so this is not a SWOT. A SWOT is usually presented in a square. It focuses on 4 things: strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. So I'm not sure where she got these questions from. What advantages does your organization have? This is good for her business plan, but this is not a strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and again, another thing to note here is the strengths is not really the strength about you, it's the strength about your business. You are secondary. Like the fact that you can listen or hear others is not really a strength per se. It might be a differentiating factor, and I don't even think so, because I think anybody in this industry is going to have those traits. So this is what is the strength of your business. This is not a part of it. Unique selling proposition. So we must have dropped the ball here or didn't double check, but this is not a SWOT. So again, a SWOT focuses, and you did this for the big book thing that you did. So a SWOT focuses on your strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats, and that's not here. Again, she did it from a personal perspective, which is okay, but I do believe this assignment was the SWOT for her business. This goes along with the fares, scares, cares, and concerns life portion of the series. Okay, and here, what are we looking for? Needs analysis. Needs analysis is an acronym for what are you doing now, what do you enjoy, what would you alter, decisions, solutions, etc. Time. Okay, so this is just our personal stuff. She's still learning how, and this is really a good exercise because at least it brings it to the forefront of their mind and they can be aware of it. They'll have a greater sensory perception when these things come up. They'll know, oh, this is probably because I'm not getting enough sleep. This is probably because I'm not spending enough time respecting myself. I have negative self-talk. So it's very good for them to be aware of this. Okay, so she's starting a class. You got to take care of your health. Okay, so for her finances, spending more time. Okay. All right. Business needs. Very good. So this is good. This is a very good journey she took here. And then lastly, we need to look at her feasibility analysis. I don't know what else there is, but okay, so the feasibility is how likely it is your business to succeed. So the Global Wellness Institute estimates that the worldwide wellness industry grew by 10.6% to $3 trillion in 2013. Blah, blah, blah. Okay, consider the next $1 trillion health and wellness. Okay, great. Product sales, health and wellness, very good. So she's aware where she sits in the market. A recent study, very good job. And she quoted where it came from. Current market analysis, many women. Okay, this all has to be backed up. A new, more political concept of self-care is growing as evidenced by who, what, where, why, when, how. Because this is just a claim, right? With every claim, you need proof. Realization that government... Okay. I'm not sure what this is, women-led companies, unless she's going to be reaching out to companies to offer these services. That's something we can talk about in the growth and distribution module. Okay. Look at this. Perfect. This is going to be so good for her branding. And when we put her banners together, these are her differentiators. These are the things we're going to sell. Okay, not bad. All right, so that's just my commentary on the stuff that Odessa handed in. Come on.